Okay, I guess we can start. Can we? I'm not really sure, but I'll start anyway with doing the recap. Live with screen. Yes, thank you, Streamlabs. Is it working? Yes. Sound is on, microphone is microphoning. Screen is screening, so nice, okay. We're starting to make progress with the whole setup thing. Wow, we already did a lot. Jeez. Okay. So, Gygax 75 challenge. Last time it was week 2. We mapped the surrounding area. This was just for the meme because, like, American distances and measures. And our good friend in chat. Actually, let me solve this. Our good friend in the chat here added a very cool hex map of the area now that looks a little bit better than whatever this was supposed to be. So we have the center of our mountain with the mining village in the middle of it. We've got the north mine that is still active. The east and south are closed and they are like the entrance to the dungeon. And then, oh yeah, the train station on the west, that's missing. That's something we should add. But anywho, that was very cool actually. Well, week 1 was the concept of the fallen Cobalt Kingdom, we already went over that. Hey, hello, I was just doing the recap, just trying to buy time for the audience. I mean, the audience. But yeah, so I was just noticing that the train station is missing, but it's fine. We know it's there thanks to this very cool colored hex map. I still have to download my map tool that I bought on Humble Bundle. I didn't have time to go through it. Actually, I think that maybe I could do like Thursday's streaming on the music bundle and on the maps bundle so that I can actually play with them and just do the thing, because it's been like 3 weeks now and I've been saying, oh yeah, I have to try the map tool and I have to download the music for my players for the session, and I keep forgetting about it. So I'll do it instead of Baldur's Gate. I think it's gonna be probably better. Anywho, yeah, the random encounter table. I almost forgot about this. This one was actually very fun to compile. Like it was awesome to just having to come up with like ideas that are kind of intertwined and linked with each other, just to give players enough details to explore, to give them something interesting, but without giving them like the whole thing. Also, why is the font here different? This is extremely disturbing. Is it just because of the dimension? No, wait. Ah, yeah. It was super disturbing. Ah, this one as well. No, everything has to be the same. Otherwise, I'll just start freaking out. Okay. So what did we put on the encounter table? We were saying a group of 1d6 goblins is overstepping into the hills side area. Mining, probably. I think mining is what I wanted to say. Yes. Goblin hunters have colonized the abandoned hut and found the colony there. Actually, goblin hunters are like hunters that hunt goblins. We want to say hunter goblins. Jeez. Wow, music is a little like... Music started going hard for no reason. Like, that was completely unnecessary. Also, it's... Okay. Can we make something a little bit more chill? Thank you. Yes. An Elf Street Magician. We have Jasbri Lomi. An Elf Street Magician. Ah, yeah. With the cards showing off skills in front of a small crowd. They are actually. Ah, yeah, that was the now you see me kind of thing. Yeah. I loved doing this one actually. This is probably something I will use in my session at some point because it's just a fun idea honestly to play. The the party. What the hell? Can sight a wounded Wendigo roaming around the hills through the thickets. Upon closer inspection, it's being hit by several arrows. The party can chase it, kill it, or let it go. Okay. A drunken dwarf challenges the party to a gambling game. Oh yeah, we talked about knucklebones. Dwarf is using a set of weighted dice. If the party wins, if the party wins, they get a small golden watch found in eastern mine entrance. If they lose, it's 10 GP. It's gonna be a little bit easier to read. A dragonborn is harassing a group of kobolds for being slackers. She says the production has gone down in the North Mine since last week. Okay. Kobold is trying to sell shiny nuggets, right, like the mini black market. If the party pays 25 GP, they get a chance to find a magic item in the geode. A group of 1d4 guards is harassing a young kobold beggar in the streets. Stray dog begins to follow the party at a distance. A good animal handling check. The dog will react to the party in a friendly manner. You can keep return it to the owner. The owner is the lumberjack that disappeared. Oh, right. That's true. Then we've got a herd of... I never understood how to pronounce that. Like, is it Rothes? Rothes? What kind of word is that? Is going on a stampede. They carry on their backs the remaining reins and ropes attached to a very battered mining cart. They are being chased by a group of guards. Ah, yeah, this was for to give players the idea of, okay, these animals are being used for very specific tasks. A group of 1d6 guard mistakes the party. Some fugitives. We're making the mine dungeon today. Yes, week 3 is the dungeon. It is at least the first 3 levels from what I saw from the guide, but we'll go over it. Skill challenge to stop this beast from running, calming it down. Ah, yeah, the noble steed. Okay. Saddlebags, huge pouch. The saddle is engraved worth pretty penny. The horse was stolen from an estate. The rider thrown off killed. The region would recognize the crest. Okay, this was taken as is from my random table, I think, if I remember correctly. Cool. So that's week. Oh my god, we. Yeah, week 3, the dungeon, page 15. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Although I think we will need another map tool, and I still don't have mine. I promise I'll download it. You know what? I'll do. Yeah, I'll stream the map making tool on Thursday. Can you check the resolution? Yeah, we talked about that. We wanted to talk about it. So... Okay, this is specifically for the window, but... Stream, multi-streaming, no. Output, yes. This is for audio. Bitrate is okay. I think it's just the native, but video. Yeah, custom output resolution. And it's it's like a base canvas resolution 1920 times 1080. Yeah. But it's saying custom output resolution 1024. And I cannot change it because I'm streaming, but I think that's the problem probably. Well, I'll change it next time. Not gonna restart the stream now. Sì, no, è nei setting del video, però non si può cambiare, cioè è loccato adesso che sto streamando giustamente, quindi F per stasera, cioè. I think it should be cool if the dungeon is primarily empty to give a sense of desolation and build up tension until we put it in an actual monster I made specifically for this. Ooh, okay. I mean, the first dungeon should be a build up and full of surprise. Wow, this is a lot of stuff. Jesus. I don't think we'll manage to do it all tonight, honestly. Like it's a lot. I didn't think it was this long. Level 2, level 3. Ah, but this is like the example, so maybe it might be a little bit shorter for us. Okay. Let's try. Let's see. So draw and stock 3 levels of your dungeon. Okay. So step 3 is very difficult and time consuming. Yeah, no shit. Each level should have a central theme and some distinguishing feature. A level with large open areas swarming with goblins, one with the basic pattern of corridors seem to repeat endlessly, one inhabited by nothing but a fire dwelling or fire using monsters. As each level is finished, the various means of getting to lower levels must be keyed and noted on the appropriate lower levels. A careful plan of what monsters and treasure will be found where on each level is almost most necessary, and it takes as long to prepare as the level itself. I mean, yes, but this is a little bit too much, I think, as a preparation, but we don't know. Okay. Let's start with task 1. Describe the entrance to the dungeon in 7-10 words. You can tell a lot about the place by looking at its doors. Okay, so the entrance in 7-10 words. So first of all, we'll create the new... This will be week 30. Okay, week 3. The dungeon. Okay. What did we do the first time around? Did we write down the whole... Yeah, the pitch. You know what? Yeah. So, entrance to the dungeon. So the entrance. And this should be 7 to 10 words. So we don't have a lot to work with, actually. You can tell a lot about the place by looking at its doors. Like, I would use ChatGPT just for the words limit, but... I mean, the entrance is just an average mine. I don't think there's much to describe. Well, actually, if you think about it, that's a very good description. Because you can just say, it's just... It is... Oh no, it looks like, because that's what you want to tell your players. The hell, you always want to tell players that it looks like something, or it feels like something, or they think like. So it looks like very unassuming mine entrance. That's perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because that's a cool thing. They're like, it's an abandoned mine, as you say, you know, with spent wooden beams and rusted minecarts. Yeah, then you can go into more detail, but you can tell them, yeah, it's just it looks just like a very average mine entrance. And they will be like, why is it a dungeon though? I have 2 ideas. We can either go the haunted mineshaft route or the right I plan on my head. I mean, the haunted theme always works with like whatever. If you have like an original idea for this setting specifically that we're working on, I mean, this is the time to speak up, you know. That's my reasoning here. We are just doing that, so it's nice to work on original ideas. Create a point-to-point map. In the meantime, I'll keep going with the second task. Create a point-to-point map. Simple map with circles, rooms, caves that are connected to each other by lines. Don't worry about visuals just yet. This map will help you create a good flow for the dungeon. You can add scale and detail later. Okay, but I think this ties to the third task, right? Because it's not like I can just make a map. You will draw 3 levels. For each level, include at least d6 plus 6 rooms area to connect them. Make sure they aren't connected like a string of pearls or all in a line. At least half the rooms should have more than one way in out. Add more rooms if you need them. Okay, this is the time to draw stuff. So is there like a version of Paint online? Because we just need to do like a chart, you know, so like Paint online. Because I don't want to go out of the browser, basically. I want to keep everything on screen. So we're gonna go with the cult idea, or we can go with the stone eaters. I made that monster myself a while ago. I mean, we already have the cultist like as the main baddie of the whole thing, so wow, this really looks like the original Paint, like the OG Paint. What the hell? So let's go with your idea. I mean, again, we are here to discuss like original ideas, so let's do that. Oopsie, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so I'm assuming this works exactly like, wow, technology, man. Like, I mean, we can have Paint in the browser. Like that just, this is just crazy. Okay, sorry, I was just messing around. So we were saying we have our test says create a point map, blah 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 blah. 3 levels, for each level at least 1d6 plus 6. Okay, roll a d6. Let's see. 5, so we gonna have 11 rooms for the first level. So what I will do is I will say, then we'll actually do the maps. I think we'll leave the maps and I'll do them on I'll do them on Thursday because this will look ugly as fuck. Okay, level 1. Hello, mister. I'm here just to say I'll leave a little lurk. Ooh, I know that name. Thank you. You're welcome to learn as long as you want. No problem at all with me. The stone eaters are just basically a species of reptiles that lives in a cave system. They eat minerals and stone, have a tough exoskeleton and can't spot fire, but sometimes they squirt lava as a defense mechanism if threatened. Okay, interesting concept. That's an interesting concept. We'll see how it ties with later, because if we have to divide like each level thematically, it depends. Like, I wouldn't put that in the first level because, as we said in the beginning, you want a little bit build up. But if they have to be the main attraction of the dungeon, you don't want to put them in the end, because, although maybe, why not? Because you don't want the big bad in the first dungeon anyway. So yeah, we'll think about that. So we said 5 plus 6, 11 rooms, and we have to, oops, I keep clicking on the wrong tab. So make sure they aren't connected like a string of pearls all in line. At least half the rooms should have more than one way in out. Add more routes if you need them. So level 1, this will be, we rolled Issa. 11 rooms. And we have to connect them, right? At least half of them. So we'll have to make 6 rooms that are interconnected and have more than one way out. Okay. So I'll just start with this. We'll start with, let's say we have the entrance, right? This is the entrance. Then we have, actually, you know what? Let's put them at random and then we just do the connections. We have space. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put a small one. 5. We'll have 6. I want to put a kind of a square. So 3, 6, 7. Let's put a long hallway. So an 8, 9 will be the other way around. A little bit shorter and very narrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you know what? Since we are feeling fancy, we'll do a circular room for no reason at all. And then a very small, let's say, broom closet in a dungeon. Because who doesn't need brooms in a dungeon? You need to, clean up the dust every once in a while. They look like kind of crocodile-ish. I imagine them like big fire lizards, basically. Oh no, the first level was gonna be just a regular mine, nothing aside from a few bats and some... Yeah, gold nuggets. Yeah, that makes sense. But from your description of these stone eaters, there's a Runeterra card that came to mind. It's like the little fire dragon. I don't remember the name, but it was super cute. It was like the fire lizard. Whoa. Music decided to just... Okay. What was it called? I want to find it now, because it was super cute. Fire lizard? I hope it is. Nah. What if I say Runeterra card fire lizard? I'm sorry, I have to find it out. It's like no, these are not... Ah yeah, Bitsy Lizard! Yes! Like this is exactly how I imagine them in my head. Just cute fire lizards. But they also have the bigger version, which is the evolved version of the lava lizard. Like this guy. This could be very cool as a reference for this monster, actually. Too many ads. Thank you. I was also gonna have... So there's an elevator in the mine, so you can actually just skip level 2. No, I know it is unconventional, but I'm thinking how an actual mine would be, so it feels legit. I mean, it would make sense to have an elevator. If you want to avoid players skipping the whole thing. I mean, on one hand, you are preparing the dungeon, so you don't want them to just skip things because they can. It is cool to give them the chance to do that. So the way I would do things in that case is maybe put a mine shaft that looks usable, but they have to either go one by one very slowly and then you separate the party, or they have to roll like some crazy high dexterity or some crazy high check to not, destroy the shaft. And then if the shaft like breaks, then you will have a part of the party that will stay on level 1, a part of the party that will be on level 3 already because they skipped, and they will have to meet halfway in any case, so they still get the chance to explore level 2. Might be a way of doing things. Why not? So, how do we connect these rooms now? We want to connect all of them, not in a sequence. And they don't have to be in a line. And half of them should have more than one way in or out. That means at least 6. So I will, you know what, I'll start from the entrance. We'll go here. Makes sense. Then this entrance, I think, would be cool if it's connected to like the hallway. And ooh, you know what? At the end of the hallway, actually, this one leads you back to the entrance. So it's actually a curved hallway. So it looks like they keep going straight, but it's actually curving always towards the left, and they will be stuck in that loop if they want it to keep going. And on one of the sides, you could put at some point a very small door that kind of opens up in a small room where there could be like bats or BS like that. And you can make this room very unassuming, but then you can place the shaft in a bigger room that is like kind of hidden. They have to roll for it, so they think the hallway is kind of useless because it goes in a circle, and they think it's even more useless because there's only a small room. But actually, if they check everything, there's gonna be some cool stuff that leads downstairs. Okay. Then we can... Then I would do also... I don't know if I want to connect... I'll connect this room here to the bigger room here. And there will be a mid room in between them. And then I want, for sure, this is like a big room where you can just go downstairs automatically or something. Like it's clearly like the main shaft, let's say. So it will be at the end of the long mine track. I imagine like this being a mine track, you can put some, I don't know, traps or something that is going to ruin their day somehow. There could be like, I don't know, falling boulders or something like very video gamey. You can put well, at this point it makes much more sense to connect this one directly to the hallway, right? And then this small extra room, but these are all in sequence, so it might be nice to somehow connect this back to the first part, because basically we have this part upstairs up here, which is like one half of the dungeon, and then the next half that is more interconnected. It would be nice to connect the whole thing. So I need something from this hallway here that could lead to another small room that looks useless, but actually it opens up directly into like this big room here. Yes, that makes much more sense. Please tell me I can download the designs, because otherwise I will just jump out of the window. Oui, merci, imprimer. No, okay, thank God. Wow, it's a whole PDF page. Can I just take a screenshot or something? It would be much easier. Um, mm, mm, mm. So this is level 1, right? Oh, and then include several. Wow, so we have to do these tasks are like recursive for like recurrent for each level. Those an iconic monsters, spread d6. Oh, oof. So we have to go level by level. We have to apply each one of these steps to each one of the levels. What the hell? Okay. You will draw 3 levels, blah blah blah. Okay, so now we have to include several 1d3 plus 1 ways up and down per level. This exit may double count. Stairs down on level 1 is also the stairs up to level 2 or level 3. Remember, it doesn't have to be stairs. You can use slide, shafts, elevators, reverse. Poof! D3 plus 1. You know what? Roll D3. We are following the instructions like to the straight to the point. That's a D6, my man, though. Yes, take all my data. I just want to roll a die. It's not rolling. You know what? Let's just say we'll do 4. Because it's just easier. Ways up and down. Okay, we need 4 ways up or down. So for sure, I would say, can we change colors? Because otherwise it might get messy. Yes, because this is the good old paint. I will put it in burgundy. This color is called burgundy. And I want to use, let's say, the... Yes. So for sure, this is... Let's say this will be the main shaft, so it will have this elevator that goes up and down. So this will go to level well, to level 2 basically, and 3 also, because like it's being the main shaft, it will connect the whole thing. Then we can have actually this could be the nice place to put the skip part. So this could be secret stairs that actually put them directly to level 3 if they explore enough and if they really want to skip. Then where does it make sense to put another level? Oh, I didn't see the message. What? I lost a lot of messages. I was too focused. Oh my god. I was also gonna. So there's an elevator in the mine. You can actually just keep. Yeah, okay. We discussed that. The elevator would be broken, so it would break and get stuck after they get to level 2. Also, I thought of the teams for each level. Yeah, I mean, I get the idea of the level 2 thing, although, like, I think if you're playing with new players, that would probably work. But if you make the shaft to break when they reach level 2, knowing it still connects to level 3, some more veteran players might like just feel it is like very scripted. So I would actually still give them the chance to say, okay, it's like it's a very very old shaft. It looks like it might break. Uh, you take the risk, but if they actually roll good, if they roll high enough, it's nice to reward them and tell them, yeah, okay, you skipped to level 3, but it still gives them the chance to do that. That feels actually legit, because like I see again why you don't want them to skip anything, because you're designing dungeon. But I mean, if they are cool and if they do cool stuff, it's nice to allow them to skip things because they played good. Oh, the themes. Level 1, apparent normalcy, literally nothing unusual that you're dangerous aside from natural hazards. Okay, makes sense. Level 2, fire assault. This is where the player would encounter first stone eaters, kobold bodies pinned down by falling wooden beams. And level 3, the actual dangerous part, big stone eaters, kobold miner ghosts. Yeah, I think it's a nice build up. That could be a very interesting build up. But I'm still thinking about like where to place the other ups and downs now. Well, it could make sense to put a level 2 here, because if they explore both rooms, they will be like, okay, we know we can go down, but maybe there's something else ahead, right? So this will be to level 2. And we need another... But you know what? D3 plus 1. Let's say we rolled a 2. Because otherwise, like, for a first level, I feel it's like too many ways to just go down. Like, I mean... They need space for exploration. Come up with one team per level. Try rolling d3 plus 2 for each team to generate a sort of budget. This will help you remember to reinforce the team so multiple times each level. Unlike a real budget, it's okay to overspend. Example teams: Tomb Raiders, Spider Machine, Fountains, Pools of Fungi. As you stock the dungeon, you will spend your budget to incorporate references. Ah, okay. I see what they're doing. So let's already prepare the sheet here. Level 1 to level 3. So this will be in bold. Level 1. We need the theme. So level 1 will be normal mine, and I'll say natural hazards, bats, maybe rats. Okay, then we said level 2. Fire assault, where the plague will encounter stone eaters. Okay. So I'll say fire, small stone eaters. Some minor, let's say minor fire hazards. And then level 3 will be okay, big stone eaters. I mean, since we're talking about fire, I would say even, you know what, lava. A dungeon with lava is always cool. Ghost, kobolds. This would be dead kobolds. This setting is horrible if you're a kobold. Like, it's like you don't want to play in this setting. I think level 1 could be littered with mine carts, old equipment. I want the impression it was abandoned in a rush. Okay, let's write that down then. Abandoned in a rush. So scattered stuff slash equipment. Nice. So we covered our rooms for level 1, we covered our ways up and down for level 1, we covered our themes for all the levels. Make a list of about a dozen iconic monsters, place them in room areas. You can put them in rooms or passages. More dangerous the creature, the lower it will be found. Your monster could be also arranged in a 2d6 wandering monster table. Put the ones most likely to roam. I think this is for the whole dungeon because like 12 different monsters, it's like a lot for a dungeon. Because it's like 4 types, no, 4 yeah, 4 types each level, which is good. Like it feels like a lot. Spread D6 major features throughout the dungeon. Features should be interactive, traps, puzzle token, doors, magic fountains. If any of them reinforces a theme, reduce its budget. Features that are unique or novel fit in around this feature with general dungeon dressing as needed. If you roll a small number, make each feature really impactful. For each room slash area, not any treasure. Roll D6 for each area. For each there are. If it contains a creature or feature, there is a treasure on a 1/4. Otherwise, there is treasure only on 1. If you have random treasure tables, you can go ahead and roll up each of these. Okay. Name 3 wondrous items and locate them in the dungeon. Spend a... Okay. One thing at a time because this is already a lot. So the monster list, we have to do that, but we have to come up with the other maps now. So can I reopen the upload to Imgur? No way. That sound was like a throwback. Big F. You know what? I'll just I'll take a screenshot. It'll be much easier. Okay, so level 1. Whoa, okay, this is a big level 1. Can we please reduce it a bit? Thank you. Now let's say we have... can I open... Oh, I could actually save the piano. Well, now we know. So this will be our level 2. Level... Did the music stop or is it just me? Okay, no, the music actually stopped. Wait, let me... Hello? Mr. Minstrel? Okay. At least I can hear it. I don't know if it's hearable on the stream now. Aha. This might be a little bit too much. Okay. We said level 2. Let's roll the d6 to see how many rooms we have to... Wow. So that's d6 plus 6, so it's 7 rooms. I mean, the dice decided, so 7 rooms on level 2. That's interesting. So let's say we'll start with the shaft because that's where they will be mostly come down from. That's one room. Then we will have another long corridor, like very narrow. You know what, let's make a very narrow passage to a treasure room. For no reason at all. 1, 2, 3, we'll do 4, 5, 6, and 7 will be a smaller shaft. Because this is still the main one, so that this way we can tell the players, okay, you're at the main shaft, you you get out of it and you are in a big, oh no, wait, actually let me do this, and you get into this big ass hallway. And then this hallway will connect to this other one, right? And then, well, actually, you know what? Let's make them interconnected. Why not? I mean, it's like I'm imagining this second level more like a Moria type of thing, because I'm reading Lord of the Rings, so I'm really influenced by those minds now. And this one will actually lead. I don't want to lead it to the smaller shaft. Ooh, you know what? This will lead back to the other side of the main shaft. And the long corridor, we can put that. I would make it start like somewhere in the second room. I feel it's like the right place to put it. And this will just go all the way up here. You know what, I'll connect it here, it will still make sense. And then the other side of the corridor will be just, I know it's not super intuitive, but I didn't plan on the space used on the okay. Then the ups and downs. So again, we have this one, which is the main shaft. This leads to level 1 and 3, because it still leads down. Then we have this second one. Oh yeah, I didn't decide how to connect that, but we'll do it now. This one leads actually only to level 3. It would make sense. Level 30. Actually, let me check what we put, because it has to make sense with the it has to make sense with the rest of them. So this shaft is the main one that goes here. Okay. This one goes to level 3, so we don't have to worry about it. This one went to level 2. So it should be somewhere around here, more or less. Well, actually, the shaft goes here. It should be there. Well, the map could be rotated, so it could be somewhere around here. Let's put it a bit smaller. And that's going to be to level 1. Okay. And now I have to connect the missing room here. I'm thinking about, like, do we want to make them find the treasure, then another room as a prize to go for going to level 3, or do we want to make them backtrack all the way to the main shaft? Nah, backtracking is BS. It's the most frustrating thing for players. So I'll just, if they get to this corridor and they're good enough, I want to reward them, and they will be able to go directly there. Yeah. I like this way more. Everything else will be added later. So let me try now. I want to see. So if I drag and drop here, does it work? Does it work? It worked. This is like the pinnacle of technology. It's like, forget about AI. This is the future. But I want to put the same size because otherwise I'll be very annoyed. Mage options, was it 25? Yes. Okay, way better. It's actually cool to design dungeons. Oh my god. Like, it's actually nice. I will use this. I have to. Like, I feel like it's super fun. So, new again. We will roll another d6 to see the number of rooms. Okay, 10 rooms total. Nice. So we get to level 3. 10 rooms. Oh my god, you've been texting this whole time. I'm sorry. I promise I wasn't ignoring it. Just I was super focused on placing the rooms. I think could be literally in minecart. Aha! My idea was that the miners broke into a cave system filled with stone eaters, which are highly territorial, and they just went on a rampage through the mines, which is why it was abandoned. Yeah, it would make sense in the story that they just opened a new corridor or something that broke into the territory of these guys, and then they were just pushed back. It's a nice idea. It makes sense, and the players can actually manage to find it out. So that's really nice. Let's put it, in order to not forget about this, let's put it in the you know what, story. I'll just say maybe in without formatting. Thank you. So while level 1 and 2 are regular man-made mines, level 3 is more of a natural cave system. Level 1 and 2 would also be where most of the treasure is at, since level 3 was like they fucked around and immediately found out. Nice. There isn't much in level 3 aside from cobalt corpses, stone eaters. Actually, should I provide more details with the stone eaters? Here I go, not being read again. I'm sorry, I promise I don't do it on purpose. I'm just that type of person that has to follow point by point the instructions, otherwise I will just be sidetracked forever. But for the stone eaters, we'll go over details afterwards, I think, because we have to place the monsters around. So there's time for that. That's my point. What did I want to do? Yeah. So as all the other levels, we have the main shaft here. But since we're talking about natural cave system, let's change the shape of the rooms as well. Let's make them like this, just to not make them man-made, right? And we have to get to 10, so I think it might be nice to put like a couple smaller ones, a very long one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nobody saw anything. As I was saying, let's put a big ass room at the end, like this will be the final boss fight or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll do 8, 9, and 10. Because why not? And since they are all caves, I imagine them being all interconnected without straight lines actually. But they are all very well connected in a network. Because that's how cave systems work. This one will have a lot of connections. The main shaft will be connected to a smaller one, and this smaller one will open to actually 3 separate rooms. And then one of them will actually open into the rest of the dungeon. I don't understand why the music has to like be either super high or super low. What the hell? I can barely hear myself. Nice. You know what? We'll go for this one because it's the rightmost, so it will be easier to connect it. And this will just be an isolated cave which they can reach. I would like to connect these two, but then they wouldn't have the moment of, because this could be a nice moment to put like a campfire or something, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, let's check the ups and downs. So we have to put, okay, the main shaft that remained the same, right? So we'll just say this is the main shaft, and this goes to level 1 and 2. Then we had a level 3 here directly, so it might be like some kind of like a chute that takes them. Ooh, perfect. It can lead them directly here, saving them a lot of troubles. And that was on level 1, right? Yes. So that will go level 1. Did we have anything else connecting to level 3? Yes. Level 3 is here in the smaller shaft, which could be in this room here actually, which could be another chute actually. So that if somebody looks up while being on level 3, they could see like a hole in the ceiling saying, "Oh, so that's what's it for." Level 2. Nice. Wait, was it level 2? Yes, it's level 2. For important context, stone eaters eat mineral, stone, and drink lava. They're basically a furnace that needs constant lava to keep burning. Their body temperature needs to be extremely hot. So yeah, this last level will definitely be like lava caves or something like that. I mean, it has to be. I'll save this one as well before we lose it or something. And I'll put it in the lava caves. So okay, it's actually super fun to do this stuff. Like, I'm genuinely enjoying it. Because I never designed a whole dungeon. Like, I usually take like half already pre-made maps and modify them a bit, but doing a whole dungeon, from scratch, it's really cool. Like it's really really nice because, I mean, you can design a random thing and then you just get ideas during the process. It's cool. So to recap now, because we have to go through all the points. So we created a map, right? We drew 3 levels. We included the ways up and down. We came up with a theme for each one. Now we have to put the monsters. They say a dozen, okay. And then we have to put like major features. So actually I should have kept the maps to modify them. Can I load from URL? Paste or type the web address of an image. I have the feeling that will not work. Probably not work. Let me see. Nope. Unless I say open. Oh! Oh yeah, I can load them back up. Impressive. Let me see if I can... So, probably this one. Guys, like, Paint is the ultimate drawing tool, and nobody will ever change my mind on that. Like, it was this good. It was just amazing. Uh, so now we can spread the major features. This music is very ominous. It's called the Dark Castle, and maybe just chill. Okay. Spread these 6 major features throughout the dungeon. Features should be interactive, trust puzzles, talking doors. Okay, let's roll a d6 and let's see. The funny thing is that it's like these 6 major features, so it's like one. There's one major feature. If any of them reinforce the team, reduce its budget. These are filling around. If you roll a small number, make sure each feature is really impactful. Also, stone eaters grow according to how much they eat, so they can grow to ridiculous sizes, which makes them perfect for final boss. I'm having an idea. Because like we rolled only a 1 for the major features, right? And I wanted to just go with a higher number and re-roll. But now that you said this, I'm thinking, how about the main mineshaft, the big one, the big room, since it goes through all 3 levels, and since stone eaters can grow to ridiculous sizes if they eat everything, what if the whole shaft is actually a stone eater and players have to like climb up and down the back of the stone eater because it literally ate the whole cave from above. Those are the lizards of Dark Souls. I did never play Dark Souls, so Dark Souls lizards. I barely saw one and I already hate them. But it could be nice, like you can recolor them and you can make them red. Or you can put these guys. They look cute. Look. Wouldn't you want a pet like this to wake you up in the morning and hug him like very, very tight? We were saying, what about like the idea of, because again, I don't think it's a coincidence. We rolled a 1. The guide says that if we roll a low number, the major feature should be very impactful. And what's more impactful than a whole ass like stone eater that is just goes through the whole dungeon? That's a nice idea. Okay, sold. We'll put it. I'll put it up here because otherwise it will be lost in the major feature. The main mine shaft that goes through all 30 levels is actually the back of a gargantuan stone eater, which also would make sense if you think about the fact that maybe the stone eater is only sleeping and it doesn't really feel the party on his back, because like it's like someone trying to, I don't know, climb up a Tarask. It just you're kind of of an ant, so it's not like they will notice you anyway. Um, its back can be can be is climbable. Climbable. Yes, thank you. Which also makes a lot of sense, because you know what? Because on level 1, they will just see the back of this huge creature that they will try to understand what kind of creature it is, but they will not know. Then on level 2, they will have small stone eaters and they will be like, eh. And then level 3, they will see bigger stone eaters that are eating the rocks, right? And then they will make the connection of, so the biggest stone eater like ate a lot of stuff. I like the idea. Like the more I think about it, the more I like it. So just to not forget about level 1, party thinks, what is this? Level 2. I like to write it down from the perspective of the party, because like it's easier for you to lead them into the right direction. Party thinks, so there are small ones, right? And then level 3, party thinks, wow, these guys eat a lot of rocks. Makes sense, right? That's what's gonna happen in their minds with the 3 levels. I was gonna have them look like crocodiles with a suit of skeletal armor. Huh. I'm trying to picture it, but I cannot quite. I cannot quite picture them. Like it sounds nice, but I cannot really picture it. It would be nice to have like some kind of reference, maybe if you have something that you base the idea on, so that we have a reference. Spread d6. Well, we did it. I mean, there will be something anyway. So for each room area, note any treasure. Roll a d6 for each area. If it contains treasure or feature, there is treasure on a 1-4. Otherwise, there is treasure only on a 1. If you have random treasure tables, you can go ahead and roll up each of these piles of treasure, now save time later. So I don't know about the treasures, because we said like first one they will be, maybe they will get trinkets because everything is abandoned. Second level, again, maybe they can find some. I really wanted to put a treasure there though. So let's open level 2 actually. I cannot believe we are doing this in paid, honestly. Yes. So I'll put treasures in blue just to not forget about it. I mean, then the DM can roll the treasure. The treasure. This is just to say there is one, right? And I'll say treasure. Name three wondrous items and locate them in the dungeon. That will be at the end. I mean, in the first dungeon, you get the good stuff at the end. Pull them from your source material or make them up. Again, if they reinforce a theme, you can reduce the theme's budget. These are probably in addition to any magic item get rolled up as a part of place treasure, unless you roll some really good ones. Spend the remaining thick budget adding detail, not unusually unusual metal with linings, all stoneware statues, other decorative elements. Okay, this is like a lot of like more for the world building of the dungeon, so the dungeon building. So let's save this one for now. Yep, thank you. And I'll delete this level 2 and I will put it back here. Thank you. This was 25. Cool. And then let's roll the... You know what, let's roll a d6 for the last part, because we said that should be like the one... Wow. This is why I started being a dungeon master, because these are my rolls at the table, so... You know, if you play with me, you will have a very easy time doing everything. It's just... My monsters and my baddies always roll super shitty rolls. We have 2 to play, so I would say we put one in either of these rooms. Let's say the larger one, and then and then there could be some kind of horde, like somewhere here, because this is like the final cave, and maybe... Ooh, maybe... Imagine if like the... Ooh. Listen to me. Imagine if the main shaft, instead of being the back of the giant stone eater, is actually the tail, and the stone eater is actually like with its head here, and they have to fight the head of the stone eater. So basically the stone eater didn't eat its way up, it ate its way downwards and sideways and then upwards again. But they will think it's the back because it's so big. I will not take any comments. I'm doing this anyway. Treasure. And this will be... I would say horde, so that you know it's like the important stuff. I will save it again. Yes, thank you. Then I'll delete this. And we will... Okay, like designing a dungeon, at least following this kind of process, is really time consuming though. Like it's taken a while, but it's cool. I mean, it's only 9:15, so actually it's not that time consuming. Like we already have like maps for the 3 levels, so it's actually a very nice base on how to design stuff. If you have all... Okay, name 3 wondrous items. We have to do that, and then we have to put the monsters as well. Too many messages. Too many messages. I was gonna have them look like crocodiles. Ah, yeah, okay. They're also tough to beat, so like only one of them should be enough for per encounter. The idea would be more about escaping and avoiding them rather than killing them. So I don't know about that. Like, yes, like I understand the idea behind it, but game design wise, giving new players in a new dungeon exploring especially if it's the first dungeon you're exploring in D&D, only the chance to escape, it doesn't make it really appealing to them. Like, I think escaping and strategizing around that is more appealing to veteran players that are like, okay, fighting is not the only way out of an encounter. But if you're a new player, especially at level 1, level 2, if you clearly put like a monster that cannot beat in front of them, they will be like, yeah, I mean, what are we doing? Unless everybody's on board with that, but they should have a fighting chance. To me, they should always have a fighting chance for the first few levels, because it already sucks you cannot do anything in the first, like, for the first 3, even 4 levels. You cannot do much with your class and with your abilities. And if your only option is escaping, you're like, it doesn't sound heroic. That's my point. It doesn't sound cool. So it would be nice to balance things so that they have a fighting chance, even if it's tough maybe, but they should be able to fight. To me, it should always be like that. The treasures should be trinkets, gold nuggets, and raw minerals and stones. Nothing too much, because, well, it's just a mine, not a vault. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. However, I was gonna have, so stone eater's eggs are made of precious metals, so the treasure in the lower levels could be eggs or eggshells. That's that is a cool idea. Like, maybe they take a stone, thinking it's stone, but it's actually an egg, and then they can either have a pet stone eater or they can just sell it. Treasures, um, gems, minerals, precious stones, uh, mm, and ores also. Mm, some, I don't want to call them nuggets. Like, what's like the bigger version of a nugget? I think our kobold guy was selling it. I literally don't remember the English term for that. Geode. That's the word I was looking for. Some geodes are stone eater eggs. I like the idea. Stone Easter. No, Stone Eater. Do you like it? Okay, great. Mm, 3 wondrous items. Well, D&D Wikidot is our friend in this case, because I don't want to open the manuals. Although I've got the new manuals, like the 2024 with alternate covers, I like to show them off, but I'm too lazy to take them now.
Sì, bestia, sì, è meglio.
Wondrous items. So there should be 3 based on the guide. So, but I wouldn't put anything like too powerful at especially for a starting dungeon. You can give them the hint that for the moment it can't be dealt with. Give them something in the dungeon which may be clues, objects, or other that the monster will be beatable, and finally have it meet them again at the end of the dungeon, so you have the mechanics of having to run away the first time. Mm, yeah, that's already a little bit more reasonable. It is more reasonable, but still you have to give them a very quick fighting chance. Like, maybe the very first encounter with a stone eater, they have to run, but then in the next room or in the next few rooms, they find something that can actually help them, because Otherwise, again, it's like a full dungeon of I have to run away, then I don't do the dungeon basically. Like I feel it's like super frustrating. I understand putting the challenge, but like telling someone that you have to clearly run away is not a challenge at all. It just okay, I've decided that you have to do that. Also, on the other hand, I never ever trust putting some kind of barrier to players where I can tell them you clearly cannot beat this because someone eventually will come up with a super crazy creative idea that you will have to reward because they don't want to run away, and then it will feel like confusing for you on how on what to do because you prepared to the scenario where they ran, and it would be frustrating for them because they came up with a cool idea and they still have to run away. So eh. Wow, there's a lot of common magic items actually. Three of them. This is a lot of objects. Hmm. So, but let's do something that might make sense with the dungeon concept. I don't want to put something that is like completely random, you know? Like thermal cube sounds like something that might be useful in a place like this. We'll check it. Uh, um, I think that having the final boss be somewhat unbeatable is the way to go. If it is that big a party at level 1, wouldn't best something that big, so maybe they just harass it until it dives into the lava pool. Yeah, that's another idea. Like instead of having to beat the thing, at least make it retreat, you know, so that they know they won the encounter, but the creature is still alive because they are not strong enough to kill it, but they actually make it run away. Also, it doesn't have to be the big guy. The big guy could just be like an environmental hazard, and then they have to fight a bigger pack of stone eaters. Simply put, like the big like the gargantuan stone eater would be the one that I don't know. It's like vomiting lava here and there on the field every 2 turns to change and to force people to move around. And then the stone eaters themselves, they can walk on lava because I mean they can, while the party has to be very aware of how they move around. I think that there would be a more interesting encounter than having just a big guy that you cannot kill. You know you cannot kill. So again, at least to my players, when they cannot do something, I prefer to tell them, you don't have to roll, you don't have to do anything. You know you're not gonna make it, so just go for another option. Um, so if by design the boss is not beatable, it should be clear that that's not the objective. Like it should be clear to them you're not fighting the big boss that you cannot defeat. That's an environmental hazard for now, and you have to beat like a small pack of lizards. Because again, otherwise they will think the big guy is the objective and they cannot reach the objective. So I think it would feel way less impactful on them getting to the end of the dungeon and then being like, yeah, but we only chased it away. Hmm. Smoldering armor, great for lava caves. That sounds amazing. Pole of collapsing, potion. I mean, potion of climbing could be interesting because they will have to climb. Or Moontide sword, mood mark, paint, mind mark, crystal, medal, masquerade tattoo, mask charm, lock of trickery, lantern of tracking, key charm. The Glimmer Weave is always nice. Feather Token, Ring of Message, Enduring Spellbook, Dread Helm, Coin of Delving, Clothes, Clockwork, Cloak, the Cloak of Billowing as well. Cast of Armor, Candle of the Deep, Breathing Bubble. Oh, Bead of Refreshment. It's a hot place, somebody might have lost it around. And it wasn't eaten because it's refreshing. So this spongy flavorless gelatinous bead dissolves in liquid, transforming up to a pint of the liquid into fresh, cool drinking water. The bead has no effect on magical liquid or harmless as such as a poison. Okay, this is nice to have in a lava place. I mean, thermal cube. 3-inch cube of solid brimstone generates enough dry heat to keep the temperature within 15 feet of it at 95 Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius. I mean, why not? What is this? Whips of harmless odor smoke rise from this armor while it is worn. I mean, when you drink this potion, you gain a climb speed to equal your walking speed. During this time, you have advantage on strength athletics. The potion is separated into brown, silver, and gray layers. It would be nice to give them, but if only one gets the potion, then they are going super fast. Everybody else is low, but they can still decide to keep it. You know what? Let's put it. I mean, why not? So where would it make sense to put all this stuff? I would say the bit of refreshment and the potion should be on the first level, because that's where people used to live and would make... Oh, but we didn't put anything on the first level. Second level. We can put the bit of refreshment on the second level, because they will know that it's getting hotter, and they will find it. Maybe they will find it and it will be, oh wow, okay, that might be useful. So we'll put the bit of refreshment. Then we have only another treasure chest in the third level. You know what? It will be a chest of some kind of guard station maybe, and they had some leftover equipment. And we'll put the potion as well for the climbing. And then the thermal cube and smoldering armor will be in this treasure chest. And I think the hoard will be a lot of gold, actually. It would make more sense. Like, not gold, but like gems and oops. I was saying a lot of gold and precious stuff that they can sell. They can start making a little bit of money during the adventures. Because basically these chests, they are almost guaranteed to get, because it's like it does this. It's not difficult to find it, so it should have something that is like mildly useful and is very cool at roleplay level. This one should be a little bit more impactful because they have to look for it and they have to actually search it, so it would make sense to have more useful stuff. The hoard again could be its nest, so they still get a ton of stuff that at the end doesn't feel like artificial placed treasure. Yeah. I was thinking about that. So the hoard is like hoard. Well, we can write it down, but it's a bunch of half-eaten shinies. I think it's very clear what that means. Name 3 wondrous items. We put 4. It's okay. We want to be good and cool. Okay, now we are actually now we have to think about the the monsters. Dozen iconic monsters and place them in rooms and areas. So I would say let's first make the list and then we'll place them around. So it will be easier. Monsters. So I will put the Stone Eaters in the same category because it's like they will count as one slot, but we will have small, medium, right, and then we will have like there's no in between, like there's no market for that. What else can we find? Let me pull up my encounter builder actually, because that will give us a list of cool things. Why do I have to scroll down again? Oh no. Hex map. The dungeon, okay. As I was saying, I should have it in the roll tables, I think. No, this is randomizer. Huh. Wait. Where are my roll tables? If I lost my roll tables, I'll be so pissed. I don't know. Why? Google. The hell? The Cobalt Ghost would be good. Oh, right. We said that multiple times. Cobalt Ghosts. Oh, then we have bats in the first level. We'll put giant rats as well because that's stuff that you can find and it's already 4. Le Cobalt Fight Club. There we go. This I can close. So we'll reset all the filters. I don't want any of this. I'll close. I mean, we don't have to build the encounter. We just need a list of challenge rating. We don't care for now. Native environment. This could be useful. So we'll put cave. We'll say also, maybe desert because like since it's a hot dungeon could make sense. Ruins, swamp, underdark, underground for sure. And then it's the nuts. Okay, so let's put them by CR. Cranium rat. Okay. Well, giant fire beetles could be interesting, I think, no? Because I feel it fits the vibe. Fire beetle. Let's see. They have 4 hit points, so they're pretty harmless. Blind sight illumination. The beetle sheds bright light into a 10-foot radius. Ooh, that's cool because they might want to use it as like alternative source of light. Nocturnal creature that features a pair of glowing glands that give off light for 1d6 days after the beetle dies. Huh. You know what? Let's put China. I like these guys. They really fit the vibe of the dungeon we're building. What else? Jackal, lizard, Myconid sprout. We don't want to go too much into the fungi theme, I think. Rat, scorpion. What's the difference between a cranium rat and a rat? Like, oh, so it's like a pack of small cranium rat chins. Okay. The cranium rat is immune to any effects that would Sense its emotional, read its thoughts, as well as all divination spells. Wow. Okay, they form a swarm, so that could be nice, but what's the difference with the rats? Let me see. Rat. That's a lot of rat entries. Ah, yeah, because aberration, of course. Like, okay, giant rat, pack tactics. I think giant rats might be more interesting for the pack tactics. I'll put just giant rats. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was already there. I am so smart. But then we don't want to put too many like low CR enemies because it like the dungeon should still feel challenging enough. So I think well, Stone Eaters will be just a separate category, but Kobold. I mean I'm assuming Kobold Ghosts will be just the Kobold stat block with some added abilities for the ghostly form. Maybe the same ability that allows you to be in the same space of someone else. Just thought of something. Maybe the ghosts that the party fight have stuff like melting faces, missing limbs, indicating they were killed by a creature rather than a weapon or accident. Yeah. That's a great element for building the rest of the dungeon and building up like ideas for players for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we need another 7-ish. And actually, because I always forget to take notes about this stuff. I always say, "Oh yeah, that's a cool idea," and then I never note it down. Le. Like I promise, I'm not doing it like on purpose to to ignore suggestions. It's just that I am so laser focused on one thing that I say, "Oh yeah, cool idea." Anyway, let's move on. Ooh, yeah, let's put a camel in this place. That will look great. What's a boggle? D&D? Is there any image of a boggle? Ew, they look ugly. Nope. Oh, the flumph. The flumph would be so fun to put. Although it doesn't make any sense in this dungeon. Neogy Etchling. What's that? Ah yeah, we saw it the other time. Yeah, we don't want to go down the insects road, right? Mm, Xvart. Still for the Underdark. I will have to find. I will have to download the music because it's like annoying to have to check it like every 2 seconds. Oh, we have giant bats as well. And giant lizards and giant everything. Hmm. Do we want to make everything giant on the first level? Because like then the question would be like, why is there all this like oversized fauna right in the first level? Hmm. Although it would be nice to have that thematic, but how do you justify it to players? Let's keep looking. Giant wolf spider, goblin, grimlock, kenku, kobold inventor, male steeder, oblex pawn. What's that? The funny thing is that you had already looked it up. Yeah, I know, I did look it up, but I kind of like completely removed that until the second I looked it up, and then I was like, ah, yeah, that's true. Okay, then I prefer swarms in that case. It would be nice to. You know what? Let's put some swarms instead of the giant rats. Let's say swarm. Because at least you can. It's a good occasion to introduce the concept of swarms, first of all. And then they can have fun, like mashing a lot of small-ish things, at least at the entrance of the dungeon. Because for the entrance we'll have just swarms of bats and swarms of rats, which is okay. Then giant fire beetle will already start appearing on level 2, I think, because it's like starting to get hotter. Ketine. Yeah, it will give me the protein probably, but I need the D&D. Should we ask ChatGPT for like a Stone Eater stat table? How do you describe a Stone Eater to ChatGPT? I mean, you know what? Now I want to do it. I want to see. So I don't know which GPT you use, but I usually use this one because as far as I know, it's trained on the manuals, and it's also pretty precise with the stat block. So, hello, I need help with building a custom stat block for a monster I am designing. I'll let it spurt out the stuff, then we'll just we'll come back. Deep gnome. Remember to thank ChatGPT. Yeah, always say please. Always say please and thank you, because otherwise you'll regret it in a few years when it will take over. Ooh, Fire Newt Warrior. What's that? It has fire in the name. We are interested in that. Ah, they're actual guys. I mean, it could make sense, but it looks like it belongs to like some kind of civilization. So, but it could be nice that maybe with time, since the mines were abandoned for a while, maybe some kind of civilization has started growing, has started like settling in the lower levels at least. Let's put it as an idea. Let's just put it if we don't find anything else, because I don't want to put too much building into the first dungeon. But it's also, it could be a cool idea to put like, okay, the mines were abandoned for so long that there's actual civilizations now that are magma mephit. Perfect. I don't even have to look at that. I know it fits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we still need some of them. Did you finish with your question? What the hell? That's a lot of information, ChatGPT. What the fuck? Okay, so what's the name of the monster? Stone Eater. Stone Eater. General theme on concept. They are. What's the description? They look like crocodiles with an exoskeleton. With an exoskeleton. They eat rocks and minerals to grow. And then direct correlation between quantity quantity and their size. Then they can drink lava, walk on it because we will need that for the fight, and spit it as a defense mechanism. Okay. Okay, and they use it for thermoregulation. Is it based on American mythology, creature type of a unique idea? It is like original concept. Because I don't want to give it like ideas of, oh yeah, you have to take like stats and stuff for other things. What challenge rating do you want this monster to have? 2 for low level parties, 3 for mid tier. I need it in 30 versions, please. CR, let's say CR2. I think CR2 is like fair enough for the small ones. CR2 for the small younglings. Let's say hatchlings actually. Hatchlings. Then we will need a CR. I want to say 5 for the medium ones. Actually, if a medium one should be already challenging, but CR10 is too much for what we need right now. So let's settle for a CR6 for the adults, and they will be medium size. And then we will have CR. What's the? I want to give the Tarask for the XXL. I think it's like a 30. Like, yes. CR 30 for the gargantuan overgrown ones. What kind of role will it serve in encounters? Bruiser, Spike, Summon type? They bite and scratch and spew lava. They will have pack tactics and can also crowd control by making some terrain unwalkable with the lava. I think it explains very well. Should this monster be a one-off boss requiring something commonly encountered? Should be common for a lava cave system. Creature type. What type of creature is it? Gonna be a beast. I say just beast. I mean, it doesn't beast with lava / fire. I'll call it a breath weapon, even though it's not really a breath weapon. We'll modify that when it spews out the answer. That's a long form. Wow. Describe how it looks, easy to majestic, elegant, something in between. Okay. I'll reinforce this part. Where is it? Does it have a personality? Just regular. Just regular beasts with normal sense of survival. They don't have anything like weird going on. What kind of ability as spells do you envision? They can spew lava and eat rocks. Melee or range attacks? Melee for hatchlings because they don't have the ability to spew lava. Added ranged lava for the adults and gargantuan. I'm sure the stat block will be bullshit once we're done with all of this, but now I have to see it through, you know. The gargantuan one can also tail swipe. Yeah, we can add that in the manually, like in the stat block. Definitely. Elemental or energy based. Fire type, that it will be just fire damage. That's I think it's clear enough. Unique powers, ability to create illusion, summon minions. Nope. Legendary actions, layer action, or regional effects. Actually, you know what? The gargantuan version should have both layer and legendary actions, because like it has to be like a big ass guy. Defensive traits. How tough is the monster? Does it have special resistance immunities? Well, immune to fire damage, for sure. I would say also resistant to slashing, because since they are very tough, but you can still like smash them. So but it doesn't make sense to put resistances for that. Like, let's just say they're immune to fire damage, because like a level 1 party will have slashing damage anyway. So should it have a special defensive mechanic? But they when threatened or cornered, they spew lava around them to make the terrain unwalkable for the enemy, and they use the chance to flee. That sounds like something reasonable. Lore and hooks. What's the backstory of this creature? Does it have history connection to the world's lore? They were living in their own natural lava caves system, but then the miners, not minors, miners, mind you, the miners dug too deep and overstepped into their territory. The stone eaters then let's say ravaged all the levels of the mines until they pushed, they chased away all the miners and forced them to cease all mining activities. I think that's a big bunch of backstory. Is there a way for players to learn about it in-game? Legend lords, they just meet them on the spot. How does it fit into your campaign? I am designing a lava cave dungeon, I suppose. Anything else we want to? You know what? Let's just go. I want to see. I want to see what happens. Let's bring it to life. All three versions of Stone Eater, each designed for a different challenge rating as requested. Also add lore mechanics or roleplay details to tie them. Wow. Stone Eater Hatchling. Juvenile, the small but dangerous creatures are still growing and rely on their rocky diet to increase size and strength. They lack advanced lava spewing abilities of their adult counterparts by compensating with agility, ferocity, and pack instincts. Armor class 14. For a CR2, 37 hit points. Wait, am I going insane, or is it like actually too much? Like centaurs are CR2. I could just too late. Oh, come on. Centaurs. Oh, you know, actually, centaurs have 12, 45. Okay. So not too far off the mark. Okay, saving throws, perception, damage immunity, fire, languages, traits, pack tactics. Stone Eater having an advantage on attack rolls against a creature if at least one Stone Eater allies with fire. Okay, lava scuttle, 1 for short rest. When the hatchling feels cornered or threatened, it can regurgitate a small pool of molten lava onto the ground, 10 foot square. The area becomes difficult terrain and deals fire damage to creatures that start their turn there. The hatchling will often use this. Okay. Actions, bite and claw. Stone Eater adult, CR6, 105. Okay, that sounds about right. Full size adults, difficult to harm, can spew lava and deadly burst. Pack tactics, molten spray, recharge 5/6. Stone Eater can split molten lava in 30 foot each. Mass DC 15 dexterity, taking 8d6 fire damage. 28 at level. What's the CR again? Level 6. Half as much. The ground becomes lava difficult terrain for 1 minute. Lava tolerance. Stone Eater can walk on lava as though it were solid ground, taking no damage from long exposure. Multi attack, bite and claw. Roleplay notes. Ooh, let's see the Tarask version. Gargantuan beast. It lives is in a volcanic chamber. It presents destabilized surrounding area. It's got 495 HP. Oh my god. Let's see. Legendary actions. Molten Stomp, 2 actions. Lava Surge, 3 actions. Wow. I mean, I don't know how balanced this stuff would be. I mean, they look like they could work. But this is crazy. You know what? Let's finish looking at the other monsters and then I'll put the stat blocks. Because otherwise it will be a mess. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say 6, 7. Because now we have the methods, so the methods could kind of make like the the civilization with the other guys. Rust monster, no. Scout, swarm of insects. Swarm of rot crabs. These guys are nasty. Those are really nasty. Okay, we were at this page. Piercer, Rust Monster, Scout, Swarm of Insects, Thug, Warg. Brass Dragon, Wormling. I mean, they're Drakies, so they might be competing for food, basically. Brown Bear, Bugbear, definitely not. Choker, Copper Dragon. You know what? I'll just put Dragon Wormling. Like, then the DM can decide which type they want to put. Death Dog, Direwolf, Durgar, Female Steeder, Fire Newt Warlock of Emix. Yes, whatever that is, it will be yes. It sounds like it could go great with the other Fire Newt guys. Also, it sounds like Fire Nude, but that's a completely different thing. Anyway, yeah, my brain is starting to not brain anymore. It's 10, so I think we'll finish this and I'll just get going probably. Nilbug, Spy, Stone Curse, Queen, Farkui. Now we get into the CR2. Adult Kruthek. Kind of rings a bell, but also doesn't. Ah, yeah. We looked at this as well. Anka, Gazer, Bandit Captain, Burbalang. Like, those are the things that you actually have to check because, like, the hell is that? Duergars, Ettercap. Sounds like kind of fungi. Ew. Looks ugly. Also, I'm very curious about the new Monsters Guide because I saw and I heard they changed a lot of stat blocks. Like the Tarrasque has been almost completely reworked, which is nice. We don't need a sea hag for sure. I mean, to be fair, the dragon wormlings, they could count as a lot of different things, so... Cave fisher. What's a cave fisher? Let me see. I mean, we're in a cave. Oh, it's not like an actual fish. Okay. Nope. Flail snail, giant scorpion, grail, hook. I would need something that has some kind of fire thing going on. I think the manticore has like fire attacks. Although manticore for level 2 might be, but I mean you can put 68. Yeah, 68 HP might be a bit No, doesn't have anything fire. I was just misremembering for some reason. Okay. Water weird. What's that? What's a water weird? Oh, okay, like it's like an elemental. White, definitely not a place for whites. Yuan-Ti, Yeti, you know what? We've got enough people in this dungeon. Where do we want to put the Stone Eater stat block? Let's put them here. Stone Eater stat blocks. Because we've got multiple. Okay, so I can close this. I can close this. So we've got, okay, CR2. I'll literally copy paste the stuff, and then we can just make it nicer to see later on, but at least we've got the information we need. Then we've got the Stone Eater Adult. Actually, I like this more. Yes. I know it's details, but just visually speaking, I want to be able to distinguish the lines. The Adult, Stone Eater, blah, 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 blah. Actions, role play, yes. Okay. And then we have Stone Eater, Elder. I mean, actually, I can copy paste the whole thing from the get-go and then just change. We get follow-up questions. Oh, that's a long stat block for the Elder. Like this is a lot of things, honestly. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. How many Stone Eaters do you plan to use? Do you want me to expand on the layer environment, custom traps for the territory? Are there other creature hazards, like, or should you focus on the Stone Eaters? It's all good for now. Thank you. Otherwise, yes. You see, when you say thank you to ChatGPT, it uses emojis, so it means it's happy. Okay. So it's 10-6. We did the main task. Let's see for the extra credit. So map out all 3 levels on a graph paper. Gygax will say this is an imperative, but in theater of mind style game it may not be necessary. The old school scale maps 110, which will allow you to fit a lot more dungeon on a page. You can also go 1.5 if you like a running more tactical game. If you don't map it out on a graph paper, make some notes on your bubbles and lines about ceiling height, length of corridors, size and shapes of rooms, enough for a good description. I think, I mean, honestly, I never made a map this detailed for a dungeon in my life, so this is already very good. Also, I need to make the stat blocks. So what is heading 4 in this case? No, layer actions don't have to be heading 4. This has to be just normal text as well. Yes, just wanted maybe in bold. So technically this should collapse. Okay. I'll make this collapsible as well, because it's a mess. Roleplay nodes. No, this should be regular text as well. Thank you. Stone Eater Adult. Wait, why did it eat everything else? So we get the Elder. Okay. Got the Adult. I also want the same formatting, thank you, because otherwise I will just implode on myself. And then we've got the hatchling, which will be this will be heading 4 as well. Why is this? I honestly don't envy whoever is in charge to like review books and to actually do the whole reformatting stuff. It's just so much work. It's so annoying. Also, the music stopped musicking. Okay, we should be good. I hate this. Why are you doing this to me? So, we already decided this is gonna be normal text. So, why should they be linked to each other? Can I? Okay, thank you. Also, this was CR2, if I remember correctly. Before I... You know what? I'll leave it there. I don't want to fight for that space, even though it's very disturbing. I'm just gonna suck it up. Oh boy. So this is how they wrote the theme for the example. Monsters, they guard the entrance, living stage stalls the first level. Second level is called giant ants. So we kind of already described that for the themes, but maybe... Yeah, we gave the ideas here. Let's say that for now it's okay. 4 features, we only have one, which is the giant stone eater. Wondrous items, we put them. Dungeon map. In progress dungeon map, level 1. Oh, that's so cool. They actually did it by hand. Oh, that's so nice. This is really convoluted. Like, this is a big ass dungeon. And this is only level 1? That's a lot of rooms for... Wow. Yeah, I think it's good to start with something a little bit more streamlined, even though, honestly, to me, this is already kind of a complex dungeon. I usually use something way more simple. Like, it's the first time I actually design a dungeon from the ground up. Okay, these are all roleplay and description hints. I don't like to put this much description in my notes because I usually just need the general idea to give to players and then I keep describing based on that. But if I have to read my notes during session, it's just me reading for like 2-3 minutes and it's like it's boring. So eventually they will ask more details. So I'll tell them what they need to know and then this is honestly way too much description. Okay. Good job. Week 3 is actually done. Nice. Very nice. Let's make the levels collapsible as well, because otherwise it will be just super annoying to go through the document afterwards. But wow, we actually created a full dungeon, which is basically usable. Like, it needs to be a little bit more fleshed out on, okay, where you put all the enemies and where everything is, but basically you could already use it to prepare a dungeon session. Like, you could just roll with it. That's cool. Also, I never thought I would use paint again for this kind of stuff, but life. Nice. I'm actually super happy, super satisfied. What happens in week 4? Town features. City map. Okay, like on Thursday we will have a live streaming where I try the map tool and we do the whole thing, because at least we'll have a cool looking map and we have the tool to do this. Okay, but hey, so far so good. It's actually coming alive. It's very cool and very fun to see how everything is coming together. So for now, I'll say good night to everybody that stayed until now. If you already went, it's fine. I won't be mad. And we'll check in again on Thursday night. I'll try out the stuff from Humble Bundle. So yeah, thank you for the company, guys. Have a good night.